Good evening, everyone. I call the Town of Saratoga Board meeting into session. Would everyone please stand for Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Sorry, spam. We get more attention than anybody. All right. We got a big agenda tonight, so we're gonna dive right into it, everybody. Updates, everybody's got Brandon's sheet. You probably did. I probably mixed up in there.
Yep, he just handed it
All right.
out.
Thank you. All right, let's see what we got going. That number one, didn't we have that previously?
No.
No? Okay.
This was a busy month for you.
It was.
Yeah.
The only question I got is how long does grass have to be?
I think when critters are living in it, when the neighbors are complaining.
It wasn't, yeah, and it wasn't necessarily you shall do this or else letter. It was,
Just,
we've received some complaints on it. If you wouldn't, it's a rental property too, so I was hoping being that it was a landlord, he would be.
gotcha.
Did he call back and talk to you about it?
Mm,
Not yet.
mm.
And the last one, he's just paying the violations, he's just paying the tickets?
Guilty by default so far.
Can you ask what our next step is? Because this is third offense, and it's been going on for a couple of years now, right?
Which one are we talking about?
The one on second page, the very last one.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna issue one more for November's court date, and then I'm gonna approach Dave about taking it to circuit court.
Perfect, perfect.
But yeah, that one too is guilty by default, so.
Okay. What's this illegal dumping?
That was the one I talked to you about. He had people dumping
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And they found out who it was?
I have no idea. I told him to call the sheriff's department.
Good idea. Anybody else have any questions? For Brandon?
Nothing? Okay,
I think you can go.
okay.
Thank you for coming in. And building inspector's report?
Yep, I handed that out to you guys tonight here. It was in your,
It was there somewhere in your notes.
My precious pile. We got 2 new homes.
see ya.
Nice, nice.
Moving on.
So we're still growing.
Yep.
All right. Any questions on the buildings?
Nope.
Anybody? Okay. Zoning administrator. Oh, boy. I'm gonna, I'm the interim zoning administrator at this point in time. I'm not sure that I have anything to add other than what Josh is gonna say when it gets to him. So I think I'm gonna defer to you when it gets to you. Okay, road crew. Douglas.
All right, they've been shouldering and continuing brushing. They're starting to do some more brushing along the road, cutting some trees, things like that. Also, winter preparation, getting trucks ready for the snow and ice season coming up. So, those are some of the things that they're doing.
Do you have an update on the truck?
Truck will be December. We have a new truck coming. It's a single axle patrol truck. It has a wing, a plow, a sander on it, similar to the one we have. So that'll, most likely when we get it, it should be ready for operation, but it'll take a week or two, I'm sure, before we get it on the road, our stuff, and get it set up. So that's a good thing. Our trucks are in pretty good shape. Then we have the oldest ones we have. We have a 2003, a 2005, and a 2022. Obviously, this will be a 2025 or 6. So truck should be in pretty good shape. We have done some talks about what truck we'll keep and one we'll sell, so.
Yep.
The 05 is probably a little bit better mechanically, but they're both pretty good. The 03 has a better frame underneath it, so my thoughts are to keep that, put a new box on that and keep that as a spare. It is a spare. That has around 100,000 miles on it, which isn't a lot of miles, so it's a pretty good truck yet.
And the 2005, that's got that double frame,
Yes, that has a double frame.
and one of the frame is broke or
Yeah,
cracked.
what happens is they get packed in with salt and then they start pushing apart. Josh knows all about that.
Just as much rust as salt. The rust is what
Yeah, a
jacks
lot of them will
jacks
push
it to.
apart and they'll crack on you.
Okay. All right, so we'll make that decision after we get our.
You know,
our new
the
truck.
03 has a single frame underneath it, which is in better shape as far as the frame goes. Pretty important when you have a truck to have a good frame underneath.
Mechanically, what does the 2005 have on for miles, you know?
Probably about 130,000, something like
So
that.
they're about the same as far as mileage. And what size motor, both of them?
The 2005's got a little bigger engine in it and then the 2003. I've driven both of them. Both of them are pretty nice trucks yet.
Okay.
I would say with the frame situation, with your CDLs, I would keep the 2003.
Okay.
Doug, the 2003 has an updated engine in it, correct?
5,
The 5 has the one that got the engine one?
yeah.
Okay.
That's the negative side of it.
Right.
But you know as well as I do, with 100,000 on one of them engines, it's gonna last another 20 years anyway if you put that kind of miles on it.
Well, I guess we'll have to have that discussion a little later
Yeah.
about which one we're gonna keep. We'll
Yeah.
wait till we get the new one.
No matter what you do, both the trucks, the two spares, the boxes are pretty well rusted. They were steel boxes when we bought them. The new ones are coming with stainless boxes, which you won't have that issue.
If we would decide to keep the 2003, is that what you'd recommend for getting a different box on there?
Yeah,
the
put a
stainless?
different box on it. You can operate it the way it is with the box you have now, but it's getting pretty rusty. So yes, I would recommend finding a used or a new steel box and put on that truck.
Okay. Anything else you want to fill us in on?
What else I got here?
How are we doing on the shouldering?
Shouldering will be, I talked to Brandon today, there will be they're gonna move us forward a little bit, so hopefully within the next week or two, we should have our shouldering done, and that'll complete all our projects that we've had for the summer.
Speaking of shouldering, some of these newer roads that we put in now, like Mill and Ranger and stuff like that, some of them shoulders are starting to pack down pretty good. Some of them got almost a 2-inch drop
On the new roads?
on the new roads. Can we maybe keep that in the
Yeah,
back
they
of our
can touch
mind?
that up, I'll talk to them about pulling the shoulder up, they can pull it up with the underbodies on the road.
Okay.
Do you have a specific location?
No, just the
check it out.
whole roads. I mean, just it's settling.
Most of Mill's down at least an inch.
Yeah, and Ranger's down almost 2 inches in some spots.
Do they not compact it when they put it in?
They do.
They do,
Nothing
Yeah,
compacts it like weather and time.
Yep.
they do.
Okay.
So one other thing I applied, the town applied for three grants, three town road improvements. One happens to be an S, that'll be from 73 to Spruce, which is 4+ miles. The other one will be 64th from Mill to Church. And the third one is 10 mile from Range Line, 1 mile to the east. And then we're town road improvement, trip projects they call them.
So 10 mile, that'll be almost to the curve. 10 mile, that'll be almost to the curve.
No, 10 miles starts from,
Oh, to the east, I'm sorry.
yeah,
yes,
to the east,
Okay.
1 mile to the east. If you look at that road, it's rated, that's the worst section on there. I know we've had some discussion on the road, but as far as rating, that mile is the worst mile on the road.
When do we have answers on these grants, Doug? Do you know?
I would say somewhere closer to the spring.
Okay,
I know the committee meets on the 27th, and then they'll pick projects. They visit the projects as far as the town road improvement. That's a local selection.
yep,
Tri-S, that's a Madison selection. DOT.
alright. Okay. Anything else you guys wanna ask Doug? Okay. Is that all you got for us, Douglas? I guess
Yeah, I
that's
think
good.
so.
That's good
Oh, no,
enough,
it's
huh?
not- Caught me by surprise. I was sitting here thinking about other things.
Sorry. I didn't see Caston or Tom in the audience. I zoned right in on you. Plan commission,
Okay, besides the 1, 2, 3, 4 items on our agenda tonight, having to do with the plan commission, the other things that we're doing right now is reviewing the driveway ordinance and driveway permit application. We've also been discussing the process, in how we're gonna go about updating the town recreation plan. Getting started on that. Finished up our zoning ordinance update. And, unless there's something I'm missing, the rest will be talked about tonight. We have town building updates. The ad hoc committee,
zoning, the new zoning plan?
I do not see the zoning on
So
there.
that we couldn't, because we had to put the
Oh,
notices
public
out, so
hearing.
that'll be November.
Yeah,
Or,
But you
notice,
can-
class
you
2
can-
notice.
yeah.
Oh yeah, so the zoning ordinance updates are complete and we are, is it class
2.
Class 2 notice.
Yeah.
Once that is noticed, then it can come to the board for approval.
And once it's approved at the board, then it'll go to the county, and once it's approved at the county, we can record it. And so our new zoning ordinance will be refreshed. The only thing that happened in our zoning ordinance was, some of the verbiage was just changed, not changed, elaborated on.
It was, it made more sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, and then it was
I
retyped,
understand it now. I couldn't understand it the first time I read it.
and then we retyped it.
Right.
So, okay. All right, anything else, Josh?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, and then Paulette, you've been a busy little girl.
Yeah, I know. Can I slow down? No, just had the Towns Association convention, some more just election training, which was just kind of a big review because next year's another 4 years 4 elections potentially, so.
Yep. Had a lot of training this week, all of us. We went to training and everybody had their own little niche that they wanted to train on, and we got a lot of good information, I think. I went there with open mind and I came back with a very confused one, so I think they served their purpose. So the training was really good. Billy Joe, what do you have for us today?
Just getting ready for tax season, preparing the tax bills, and the training on the new tax programs. So keep that in mind when you're coming to pay your property taxes. It's brand new. So
Might take a while. Be prepared to discuss financials.
I'm hoping it's easy. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah. For your sake, I hope.
Thank you.
All right, informational announcements by board members. We'll start with you, Carl.
Got nothing.
Nothing?
Good.
I'll defer to Chase.
I really don't have anything.
Josh?
I was just gonna mention that pretty much all of us attended the Wisconsin Towns Association, and like Lorelei said, we all had stuff that we knew about but didn't know a lot about. We all learned quite a bit. I mean, it was a lot of information crammed in a couple of days, but it was well worth it. I look forward to going to the next one. So.
I will have to say, one of the classes that I went to was to improve memory, how to remember people's names. And all I can remember is my head, my ear, my nose. That's all I came away with. It was quite informative. I learned a lot about MFLs and, yeah. And I thought I knew a lot about them, but it was really good classes. I guess even at my age, you can always learn, which is good. All right. We have had a couple inquiries in the town about some subdivisions, and that's good for us. Any influx of housing is excellent. And we're in a really good location because of the solar farms, I guess, and because of Rome and Wisconsin Rapids. So we are and we have a good tax base. Our taxes are low, so we really do want more housing, and we really do want more businesses to come into the town. So that was good to hear. All right, let's see what else we got. I guess we can approve the previous minutes. And they should be attached here, guys. Yeah, let's start with the closed session on Wednesday, September 17th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written for September 17th, 2025 closed session.
Closed.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion by Josh and a second by Chase to approve the closed session meetings of Wednesday, September 17th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. Okay, moving on to Wednesday, September 17th, the open town board meeting. Everybody have a chance to read?
The only thing I seen on there is down when about halfway down the page, Billy Joe provided a treasurer's report. The equipment is coming due. Is that supposed to be the equipment CD?
Yeah, I just pointed it out to her.
Okay.
All right, that's probably
That's the only thing I
good.
seen. Other than that, with them changes, I would make a motion to approve.
All right,
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Carl and a second by Chase to approve the minutes for the Wednesday, September 17th town board meeting with the addition of the initials CD. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. All right, let's see what we're going next.
Wednesday, October 1st.
Another closed session.
I'll make a motion to approve need minutes for that.
What are we talking about here? All right.
I will second that motion.
I have a motion by Chase and a second by Carl to approve the Wednesday, October 1st closed session meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against?
I abstain. I wasn't present.
Okay. I'll have to tell the audience here, these closed session meetings are not to offend anybody. They're usually in regards to contracts that are coming in or people who are wanting to change their contracts. So we're really not talking about anybody behind their back. So I just want everybody to know that. All right. Next.
The main reason why that had to be is because there was a quorum, so that's why we actually had to have a meeting. So.
Yeah. All right. What are we doing next?
Plat.
Yeah. Okay, a preliminary plat for Saratoga Commons subdivision. This is a little different than a normal subdivision. What this is Wood County has an ordinance that states that if you have 15 acres or more, you have to pay to have a subdivision plat if you have lots of 1.5 acres or more, and there's more than 5. In this particular case, there's 2 lots, and each of them have less than that mandated acreage. However, there's a caveat to that. In their ordinance, it says that if this particular parent lot was split within the last 5 years, it's looked at as one lot. And so that's why we have to do a subdivision plat for somebody who's dividing 2 lots per se. And these will be coming out on Young Street, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lots. So I need a motion. It was recommended for approval from the Plan Commission. The biggest objection at the Plan Commission, I believe, Josh, was the long flag lots.
Flag
but
lots.
There's no way around that. Even the county has a problem with
And we can do everything under our power to prevent a flag lot, but sometimes there is no way around it.
Right.
They have plenty of frontage.
Yeah, they all have the 75 feet of frontage that we require. 3 of these lots are like 2.6 to 2.8 acres. The rest of the lots are over 4, almost 5. So I think there's one of the back lots that's like 3.5.
And this is zoned RS7, which is
RS1.
super. What did I say? 7?
Yes.
I hear it in my head, but sorry. RS1, which requires a minimum of 1 acre, and these are all over 1 acre.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, I have a motion by Carl. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
And a second by Chase. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. I will have to say that there is something on here that I find wrong. So they're referring to CSM 100, I think it says 98 and 10038, and they're reversed. So I will note that on my approval to the county. Okay.
As a side note, I will say, I don't really like our ordinance where we have to have 75-foot frontage on these. I think that's a ridiculous waste of space on a driveway.
Okay,
Just
so
gonna put that
noted.
note out there.
So noted. All right. And that's because of having,
We still have a flag lot.
yeah,
Why are you gonna make them have a 75-foot path going to that flag lot versus just a regular 33-foot path like we have in the past?
okay.
Not to mention our road right-of-ways are only 66-foot wide. So I see absolutely no reason to have a 75-foot that can't be built in anywhere. When you could widen out those front lots if they wanted. I just don't see a point.
Okay.
If we're gonna have flag lots anyways, and I'm not actually against flag lots myself, but if we're gonna have them, I don't see the point of that 75-foot.
Part of that 75 feet of the Plan Commission was
Because we have a distance from the edge to the driveway. I understand that.
from the
but I
lot
think that's
line,
ridiculous.
from the lot line, like a setback, so you're not plowing your snow into the other person's property if you had a 33-foot driveway. You know,
Well, I
So-
bought a lot with a 33-foot right of way, and I've got a plan for a 17-foot wide driveway, and there's still 8 foot on each side to plow snow. So I don't know. I just feel it's ridiculous. I understand that's the way we've got. It's probably not going to change, but when I look at something like this and how wide those are versus those lots, I just I don't know. I don't agree with it. So.
Okay, so noted. Just Paul will be right back.
Solar update.
Thank you so much. Moving on, number 7, solar update. I know we have people here from Invenergy.
Hi. Feel free to take one of these. I can pass them back. So I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Laurel Downen, and I'm with a company called Invenergy. Here to talk about the Saratoga Solar Project, the very not creative name that we've come up with for, thank you, the project that's going to be located just due south of here. Thank you all for having me. Last time I was scheduled to come up, it was in March of this year, and there was a large snowstorm, so the board meeting was canceled. So it's nice to be back. Recognize some faces from the meeting we had, a virtual meeting we had back in June or July. But yeah, wanted to provide a little bit of background on the project, answer any questions y'all might have, and then also give an update as to kind of what's next, because things are about to heat up here. So, as I said, the Saratoga project is 1.5 miles due south of here. It is just to the east of the Wood County Solar Project, that Alliant project, and it'll be located just off of Highway 13. It was originally developed by a company called Savion. My company, Invenergy, purchased the project from them back last year, and we've since then executed a contract with WEC, the parent company of We Energies, to be the long-term owner and operator of the project. So we'll build it and then sell it to them. Savion, the previous developer, got their CPCN from the Wisconsin Public Service Commission back in May of 22. They also took care of executing joint development agreements with both the town and the county, and we kind of stepped in. We are going to start construction here in November, beginning with tree clearing, and the project will be online and operational in May of 2028. Y'all might be familiar with the Wisconsin Utility Aid Program. That's a $5,000 per megawatt program. So this is 150 megawatts. So that's $750K annually. That's split up between the township and the county, which is great and exciting and a fun part of my job to be able to share that with y'all. One thing I did, the first thing I wanted to, well, let me stop there. Do y'all have any questions if y'all weren't familiar with the project? Prior to this, any questions about kind of basics before I get into next steps?
Sure. Would you explain to them how much land was used by the first project and how much will be used by this project?
Sure. Yeah. So we did not develop the first project there, the Wood County Solar. So I can't speak to that. But what I can tell you is that we're looking at about 1,000 acres to be developed for this one. It's 150 megawatts, which might not mean a lot. It's probably like enough power to provide electricity to say like 50,000 homes approximately. But yeah, land-wise, we're looking at around 1,000 acres. Anything else?
My mind says that it's almost half the acreage of the first one.
1,400 acres on the first one,
1,500. Okay,
so it's about 2/3.
2/3. So a lot less land. So is that because the units are more efficient?
Oh, I don't know how big. I wish I knew the size.
The first one's 150 megawatts.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would imagine, and it's already in construction or it's already in operation. I would imagine that it is just a more efficient technology now. The panels just become more efficient. They get larger, and are able to be built like closer together, and so we don't need as many of them.
Right.
And there will be storage.
There is, yeah, that's next. So I can jump into that. So when I first met with Lorelei and Billy Joe back in March, we were kind of, let me back up. The CPCN allows for storage, and initially our customer was not super interested in storage, and now they're very much pushing for us to go ahead and move ahead with the storage piece. So that is what we are doing. Billy Joe and I were just talking about this, and I don't know how much people outside of the energy industry keep up with this, but like AI, data centers, blowing up, huge energy demand. And part of that is storage, because obviously the sun doesn't shine all the time. You need a battery to be able to dispatch energy during peak times, keep energy use or energy rates low and consistent, kind of even out that variable flux of electricity demand. So anyways, yes, we will be building a battery. I recognize that the map here on slide 5 is super small, but it's going to be located in sort of the southwestern portion of the project. You'll see some like pink and purple squares there, kind of closer to that diagonal transect where the transmission line runs. That's where the battery is going to be located. It'll be on less than 3 acres. We do have some requirements in our joint development agreement with the town and the county to provide adequate training for first responders, which we are definitely going to do. We provide 2 trainings prior to the battery coming online, and then an annual training every year thereafter. There's also provisions in there about electrolyte containment and coordination regarding design and technology. We will do that when it's time. The batteries just don't take nearly as long to develop as to construct as the solar does. So we've got a little bit of time, so we're at that stage.
How close to the other battery farm is it gonna be? It's generally in the same area, but it's.
Yeah, that's, you know, I don't.
Bump out going across that diagonal is where the one is now.
That's my thought.
Yeah, I can get you an exact. I would say probably less than a mile. But it is on the diagonal. The Alliance is on the other side of the.
The blue one.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you explain what that 50 megawatt 4 hour means?
Yeah, so the 50 megawatt is just the size of the battery, like how much energy it can hold, and 4 hour is once it's fully charged, it'll dispatch for energy for 4 hours.
Okay, so it's got a total capacity of 50 megawatt hours,
Yes, exactly.
and so it can discharge that 50 megawatt hours in 4 hours. So
Exactly. Yep.
Up to 12.5 per hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
What is the plan right now for water for firefighting purposes?
So, you mean whether or not there will be a well on site, or if it will be trucked in, or I guess what I can tell you.
Well, I believe you're required to have something on site. The last one, they planned on a bladder system or something, or an underground storage. They did switch that to a well.
High capacity.
To a high
Okay.
capacity well, specifically for firefighting purposes, not to be used for anything else.
Okay. I will have to get back to you on that because I'm not positive. What I do know actually though, and having done more research and learning more about the battery here, is that they actually discourage the use of water to be fighting a battery fire.
The water, as we were explained, was only to be used on surrounding units, not on the unit on fire.
Okay, that would make
To
sense.
help cool the surrounding units to make sure they didn't
Got it.
catch it.
Okay.
So
So that's all information that y'all got about the other project then? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, like I said, we didn't develop that project. I will check though about the well versus bladder, exactly, what the plan is for the water. But I understand what you're saying about the surrounding area.
I think that well was also required to have an outside power source.
Okay,
So not depending on the solar system.
Sure.
To power the pump if there's a fire.
okay,
Because if your system goes down, you're out.
right.
If it, big
Yeah,
fire,
you're
we're
redundant.
shutting everything off.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to know the real size of these battery,
The shipping containers,
yes, and then also how many.
so there will
The
be.
sooner the better.
Okay, they're 20 feet long. And there is currently, we're planning on 67 of them.
And how wide are they?
That I do not know. But I will find out.
Seems
they're probably going to be 8.5.
That's not my understanding. When I went to the conference, I asked, they had a booth, and they said they were a little bigger than the ones we have, so that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
They might be a high cube or something, or they're taller.
Okay. I can get exact dimensions.
When you get it, then we'll announce it. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Any other questions about the battery portion?
How close is the closest house?
Oh, at least half a mile.
Okay.
Again, I can get specifics and get back to you.
This one was a mile.
These are
This is the
houses
closest.
here now. And then you
Sure.
have this
Right
house
here.
here.
Right here, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be a marker.
Can I steal a pen really quick just so I can make sure? Thank you. I just want to be sure I don't forget any of these
Guess I
questions.
shouldn't throw it at her, right?
Sorry.
Sorry. This is the burner.
Thank you so much. All right, so just to kind of give you all a sense of where we are in this process, we bought the land for the project this summer, and we've done a little bit of preliminary construction work. We're gonna head out there in November, starting in November, and do some tree clearing. I did kind of want like a brainstorm session, or at least to leave y'all with a request. So currently, the plan for the trees out there is to burn them on site with a like called an air curtain trench burner. So the idea is that it's a super high temperature and it doesn't smoke. And I think it's the trench piece is that the material that is being burned is sort of buried. We have called many local businesses and log home builders and mills, and the feedback that we're getting is that these trees are too small, the market is saturated, they don't want them. It just seems crazy to me that there's literally nothing else we can do with this. And so it's kind of become like a personal mission of mine to find another use for
Have you
these
contacted
trees.
anybody in the biomass industries?
No.
Because the last set was ground up for biomass.
Oh, I thought the last site was ground up for like mulch, and they tried to give it to the residents.
Portions of it, yes.
Portions of it, yes, but the majority of that mulch went up to the power plant up in Mosney, I believe, and was hauled for power.
Boiler fuel.
What is
Awesome.
Awesome? Yeah.
The plant. There's a what kind of a plant is it?
Coal, I think it's a coal burning plant. I don't know.
And what do they use the mulch for?
But they use it as fuel.
Fuel,
Oh,
fast
It's
burning.
just
Okay.
for biomass fuel. The last company who did grind that up, and I believe he hauled it to, was Kafka.
The only
Yeah, if you-
problem with that is I think they paid instead of they received one.
we don't. I don't need. We don't need to make money on it. I just want to do something more useful than burning it on site.
I'll try talking to Kafka. I know they did the last
Kafka,
one.
spell that.
Kafka.
KAL.
I think they're out of Mosinee.
No, Kafka.
I think they're out of Mosinee.
Yeah, their main office is just west of
Kafka
Mosinee.
Construction.
Okay, thanks.
Glenn Kafka would probably be your contact there.
Okay, that's helpful. I appreciate it.
They
Yeah.
they may be able to steer you in a better direction too.
Okay, thanks. If y'all think of other uses, I know we were chatting about Billy Joe. Her son might have a hookup. I'll leave my card.
That
and
much?
a connection. Feel free to shoot me some suggestions. Like we were talking about, like the mulch idea for Parks and Rec, and apparently that wasn't great in the last one. So we're open to ideas there. But essentially what's going to happen is that those trees are going to be cut. Then in the spring, we will plant some native grasses. We have pretty specific parameters to abide by in our CPCN order that prohibits us from using, I think it's red fescue, and encourages or asks that we use like local, native grasses and pollinators. So that'll be planted in the spring. We'll let that grow, and then we'll start like the real work, the pile driving, things like that in the fall of next year. There will be a winter shutdown. We'll continue when it gets warmer, and then the plant will be operational by May of 2028. Speaking of the winter shutdown, we are aware that there is a snowmobile trail that goes through the middle of the project site. So for the season that begins in January of next year, the existing snowmobile route will still be usable. We've spoken with the Rome Snow Bandits about this, and going to coordinate them with our contractor to ensure that the tree clearing is done in a way to allow for that trail to still be usable. And then after that season, it'll be moved to, on slide 7, there's a green line on the western edge of the project boundary, and that's where we'll relocate the snowmobile trail. We've been in touch with them about the width they need and for grooming and all that. So that's the plan there. Just wanted to a few sort of highlights of community engagement that we've been involved with. We've made a donation to the EMS for the town for some new radios that Billy Joe is very excited about. We've got kind of another installment of that donation coming in January of next year. And then several other local organizations. And we're open for more. So we've got a town website, a project website. If y'all know of anybody looking for donations, feel free to submit a form, and that's definitely something that we like to do, is to be able to give back to our host community. So happy to do that as we can. Want to just get to a couple of pre-construction obligations that we have in our joint development agreement with the town specifically. I know Lorelei and Chase, we went through these a couple months ago. I don't feel like I need to go through them point by point right now, but happy to if you want to discuss any of them. Most of them are complete.
So then that, just go back to the trail for a second
Sure.
here. That trail is gonna go in between the two projects there is,
That's right, yep.
okay.
For now,
No, that'll be the
That'll be
new
the
route.
that's
That'll be the new route.
okay.
I know originally, when we had, this was a couple of years ago, I think, when we talked to them, they did not wanna go between those two projects.
They
so.
were talking about going to the east side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I did not like that.
I don't like it being
right
on
along
13.
Highway 13.
Yeah, that seems
I
crazy.
didn't think that was a good spot.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see it there.
Yeah.
It seemed like there was reluctancy to put it between them though, so.
Oh, well, we're the new developer, and we decided to put it there.
Oh, that's about as Bobby felt, but
We appreciate it, thank you.
It's much better.
I don't see a need to go through these, but if someone in the audience would like more information on that, please raise your hand and they will, yes, Douglas.
Roads, haul roads, what are your haul roads? And one of my concerns was Blue Ridge. Are you gonna use Blue Ridge?
We are using Blue Ridge.
Do they have a de-acceleration lane that they're gonna put in temporary there or anything? That was an issue the first time.
Okay, so I've heard about that from some folks at the county. We currently don't have plans to do that. Open to discussing that, what all that would entail.
that can be a very dangerous intersection there. Right now, it doesn't get a lot of traffic, so there's not much for
There's
accidents.
a negative
but
grade there.
Okay,
You're going downhill in just about every direction there.
okay,
So it could be problematic.
okay. So who should we get in touch with to discuss that with?
Roland Hawk,
Um,
John?
Problem is
spoken
that
with
it runs
Roland
under
before.
WISDOT.
And hasn't mentioned it, so,
With Roland,
uh-huh.
yeah. I think, if you don't mind, myself
No,
and
please.
Roland could discuss that with them.
Yeah,
Sure,
Yeah.
okay.
Otherwise, what would happen if you
This is-
come in off of 13 closer up instead of going to Blue Ridge?
What do you mean closer up, like
Come-
further north?
Yeah,
Like right across from Tower Road.
Yeah, Tower Road, there's actually access right there right now. You'd have to upgrade it a little bit for the trucks,
Okay,
but I think that'd be a lot safer
okay,
because it's all flat and open at that point,
okay,
and that would be coming into your
Oh, I just don't
facility.
I just thought I'd share you that.
we're gonna give her your information, Doug. Do you need the county's information too? Or just Doug's?
your name is Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's gonna give you a card on
We're,
it.
we're giving you Doug's
thanks,
information.
yeah, just Doug's, I've got Roland's and the
Okay.
folks at the county, yeah. And so Tower Road, I'm just orienting myself, is on the east, so then on the west, is it also called Tower Road, or is
No,
it anything?
it ends. It ends at the
There's
highway.
nothing there.
Yeah,
But
But there is a
so,
fire lane
It's
right
a
there.
logging road that goes to the
okay,
west,
It accesses the land that you bought.
got it, okay,
basically. Just a dirt trail.
okay.
There's already a culvert and stuff in there, I think, and so it's been used as logging trucks. in the
Okay,
past.
I mean, they have, thank you, there's capacity then for heavy
The
vehicles?
driveway is wide enough, you'd have to build it up a little bit more with some more gravel and stuff.
You'd probably have to do quite a bit to bring the trucks in, because it's not very wide.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
There's no
according,
gravel on it.
but
Okay.
putting in a deceleration lane,
I like that, it could stay there then.
I know.
That's my goal.
and so with deceleration lanes, and I'm not a roads gal, so would it,
A turn lane.
Essentially, it's a
sure,
turn.
yeah, absolutely, but does it go, like, so we have the existing road and it goes to the right, so is it using, like some of the existing, like forested land that we
Yeah, you
purchased?
could build that on DOT right away.
Okay.
You'd have to
Got
put
it.
longer pipes through there. Obviously, you'd have to get their blessings, which might be maybe a chore, but I think they're aware of what's going on. There's a bridge to the south of that intersection.
the one
that
that's out right
things
now?
up,
No.
That
This
was,
is-
no.
And
Not
there's
that far
no
up.
place for them to go if something would happen. So the trucks coming in, they're using both lanes basically, and it's not a good situation.
Okay. This is great feedback. Thank you. I'll get in touch with you. We'll continue to talk about it. I'm the developer, so I'm not the construction girl. That is my project manager, Henry, and we'll give you a call and talk about kind of the best way to move forward.
So my other question is, I see you have a complete of May 2028 on Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge, you should be done with that by then. So we have some work to do. I don't know what kind of road agreement you made on Blue Ridge.
So we're doing a pre-construction. Is that a town road or a county road?
Town road.
Town.
Blue Ridge Lane.
So we're doing a pre-construction road inventory now, and the road agreement says that we'll repair it or bring it back to existing or better standards than when we found it. So typically we just repave it when we're done.
That's good.
Yep, that's what I was wondering.
Anything else, Bill?
I don't, well, you won't be using range line, I wouldn't think.
Sorry.
Range line road?
Mm-mm.
No, you'll go along Blue Ridge and then cut in.
Yep. And we'll build our own so if you're going down Blue Ridge, we'll build our own kind of access road going north.
Mhm. Okay.
Are you gonna be, in the construction phase of this, are you gonna be using water for ground compaction or anything?
Dust control?
You and the water questions. I need to. I'm
Water
sorry.
questions were the biggest problems we came up with.
Okay, and that's really
So-
good to know. And I'm sorry, I don't know the answer off the top of my head. I feel like we've discussed this before. I think we're going to be using wells as opposed to trucking water on site for compaction. But I'll double check.
We need to know that before you do it.
Okay.
That could be something, if you do need a well for that battery storage, that can be incorporated in that.
Yeah.
that plan.
I still have your pen.
That's it. I'd go a second.
I got a whole box of them here.
Were these panels gonna be visible from Highway 13 there?
I probably a little bit, yeah. I kind of measured it out today because we've got a 50-foot buffer of existing vegetation there, and then in the more sparsely vegetated area, we spoke about this, that we are planting that like live snow fence along that portion. I mean, I think if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't see it, but if you're looking straight through the trees, like 50 feet inward, you would be able to see the panels.
I guess my only other question at this point is the first year that one was in operation, we had major problems with these weeds that became like tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds.
Huh,
I can't remember the exact name of it.
okay.
But
It
that's
was like a
something,
big tumbleweed.
Yeah.
and they came across Range Line Road and basically blocked the whole thing 8 feet tall with
No.
these tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
That must have been
You're
wild.
going up against Highway 13, so that could be a major problem at that point. So
Okay.
that'd be
There's a big
something
ditch line there too. Jeez.
Well, there may be a big ditch line, but when you're talking 8+ feet of these tumbleweeds that you can't see through.
Yeah.
Snowweeds, fluffy snowweeds.
Well, we are very intentional about the vegetation that we plant and then the operation of that, the maintenance, not the operation, the maintenance of the vegetation that we've planted. We've agreed to like only targeted herbicides, so it won't be broad, spread, but it is a high priority for us to maintain those sites well. That being said, WEC is the final
One thing you may want to look out for is
owner.
that, I don't even know what that plant was that produced them, but
Okay.
they
They
were,
look like a big tumbleweed. I know
yeah,
that.
I mean, they were
Okay.
this big around and just real fluffy and
I'm not
Just
sure.
native to the area.
Okay.
It'll come up. It ain't something that you're gonna plant. It's gonna come up.
Okay.
they're fluffy. I mean, it's not like the out west tumbleweeds. They're fluffier. It's
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the fence was up at that time and they just blew across, or is it when they put the fence up, or that changed that? I'm not sure.
To control them is keep it short.
I don't think they had the fence up. I don't think they did.
It may not have. I just
I think
remember
that's
it,
what started it, is they weren't quite finished with the project, but once the fence is up, we don't have that issue anymore.
no, we have not had that issue since the first year. That was it.
Okay.
But I could see it being a lot bigger problem on a Highway 13 that
Significantly
gets a
larger
couple
road.
thousand cars a day
Yeah.
versus our road that gets maybe 50.
Yeah.
So
I'll put fluffy tumbleweeds.
there you go.
Okay.
Gonna put that right in the notes.
I am fluffy tumbleweeds.
Anyone else?
I got a question for the board.
Sure.
So you said there's, income is like 750,000 a year?
Between the county and the board and the town.
And so how much is the Saratoga getting?
Probably about 325, and it all goes right to Douglas.
355 it says, yeah.
And no benefit to the, residents as far as
322.
reduced taxes?
It does not, it goes to pay for the roads. While I'm here, it goes to pay for the roads.
So how that works, do you mind?
Nope, please.
How that works is
Clearwater Bay?
you might not see a decrease in your taxes, but your mill rate goes down because you take this money and put in your roads, so your mill rate goes down.
Right, so
your
our taxes should go down.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
But the first one, that didn't.
Well, it takes time to get that online.
Well, it's been
4 years.
3 years or 4 years, right?
Takes 4. Well, you gotta realize there was a lot of stuff that went on before me, so.
Yeah, there's
Well, I
more,
understand that. I'm
but
just-
there's more fees out there. I mean, that's not the only thing. I mean, schools go up.
I
You know.
understand that, but our taxes have gone up every year. So we
Your
really didn't
taxes-
see a benefit of the energy, the rebate.
Yeah,
that we
you
get.
did.
Remember, you're looking at
You
the
got
local
nice
tax.
roads.
I understand we got roads.
Okay, would you rather drive down, I'm a civil engineer, so but in my existence, I would say I would rather have a nice road than drive down a gravel road and keep my taxes right where they are.
And keep in mind, you're
I-
looking
I
at the
think I
local
can
tax
answer
on the
that.
tax bill.
Sure,
Don't look at
That-
the whole tax bill.
I understand.
Okay. Because
I
we
just
have a
think
beautiful
that-
tax
School
rate.
taxes, what goes up?
I know they go up, but it'd just be important, I think, to
So
let the people, the residents know what this money's being used for.
We
And
do
what their
ev-
benefits are.
Yeah, all the time. We
it
try
drops the
to all
mill
the
rate
time.
Because you stick, and I think the first cycle or two, the previous board didn't put that money into the road.
No, yeah. That's
I
bad.
think they've done a good job of what they're doing. We've been spending a lot, 350 plus on our roads.
And we went
Which
years
drops your
without
mill
doing
rate.
anything to the roads.
And
Excuse me?
We went years without really doing maintenance on the roads like we wanted to, when we had the fees from other things.
And I'm very passionate about keeping our infrastructure up. That is what I think that this money should go for. It's something that we have that no one else has. And if we can put it back in our infrastructure without raising our taxes, I think that's what we should be doing. Fixing our roads, getting equipment, fixing our buildings. That's,
We are looking at needing some major building updates coming up soon too. And part of the idea was some of that could go towards updating those buildings that are sorely needed.
yeah.
It's just something, I mean, if you get used to spending that $300,000 a year on things and we're just spending it, when it runs out in 10, 20 years.
That's why you put it in
It's
infrastructure.
guaranteed for 30 years.
It's for 30 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's why you put it in something that's tangible, that benefits everybody in the town.
That lowers your mill rate.
Yeah.
That's the key to that whole thing, is lower your mill rate.
And keep this in mind too, if we would use that directly to lower your taxes, in 30 years when that does come up,
Your tax.
all of a sudden taxes are lower, we have no funds there, and we have no way to use.
And that's exactly what I'm asking, yeah.
And then we're in a huge mess.
Yep.
If we use that money while we have it, then at least we get.
As long as you don't
benefits.
waste it.
And just so everybody out there knows too, we don't do this just us. We consult with other institutions, the county. I mean, we don't spend money without figuring what is the long-term ramifications of doing that, and what's the best benefit for the whole town, not just one person or today. We gotta look at, the town's gonna be here, even after I'm gone, you're gone, and we have to benefit the future of Saratoga. And we want there to be a future, a good one, so.
So to make it, I can help you a little bit. We've got about 100 miles of road. We were doing a mile a year. So the cycle is, if you figure that out, it's 100 year per road. You need to do at least 4 miles or so to get that down in the 30s or 25. That's what we're trying to do on the cycle.
Okay.
It was spread way too far out before.
No, I'm sorry if I sounded like I flew off the handle, but
No, I
that is,
understand. I just
that
want to
is
make
kind
sure
of my-
that people understand
yeah.
that we're just not blowing the money and it's
No.
actually going to benefit.
No, I need new socks, but that doesn't help. Thanks. Okay.
Anything else on the solar?
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I do want everybody to know about the solar in Saratoga is very unique compared to, say, a community around us. They actually own the land in Saratoga, so they're vested in our town. So, and in saying that, that also means the town is vested in them. We can control a lot of things with the solar as far as setbacks and how they're paying us, what they can do, what they can't do. And when they're all done, the cleanup, we do have an agreement that says that when you're all done, you're out of here, and that means everything underground, above ground. And I know 30 years seems like a really long time, but I'm a little older than 30, and it isn't a very long time. So we have to reap the benefits while they're here, and we have to invest in our community with that money, not just, as you say, spend it. So that's kind of our whole thought process here. Okay, thank
The
you.
one contact information I did give you, Glenn Kafka's contact on
That's
there
all.
too.
Thank you.
We truly appreciate you coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. All right. Moving on, let's see what we got. NEPCO Lake District, to share request to share information and presentation on watercraft. And as previously said, the last speaker had 15 minutes. Is that what we gave them? Anybody
I think so,
remember?
yeah.
I think that was what it is. So
I'll try to keep it short.
just a second, let me turn the clock on. Go ahead.
All right, well, thank you. So my name is Jason Grzinski, and I live on NEPCO Lake in the town of Saratoga. Have you heard about the NEPCO Lake District? Should I tell you about that, or
No,
everyone's we're all
very-
aware of it? Okay, so I'm not here, I guess, to talk against what their mission is. I am an outdoorsman and conservationist, and I appreciate and share the Lake District's concerns about the water quality, the habitat protection for fish and waterfowl. And I think that a healthy ecosystem should be a collective goal for all of us. And as I pass these things out, I'd like to thank you guys for the opportunity to talk tonight. Start with that.